there's been a lot of talk about the NBA really changing the logo, and it's kind of funny because honestly speaking, they're never going to change the logo, and I have a few reasons why here. They're never going to change it. Everybody wants the logo to get changed. A lot of people want the logo to get changed to Kobe Bryant specifically, and while that is a valiant effort to commemorate Kobe's name by fans, and that's just what we want emotionally. The NBA is just not gonna do it. They're not gonna fulfill our want or our needs, so to speak. Because there's a lot of people that still can't get closure on the death of Kobe Bryant. Let alone his family, but there's a lot of his fans. You see what I'm saying? Like for somebody to go so young, it just reminds you of all the other people we've lost, like Aaliyah, just people in entertainment that they go so young and they're so talented. You're just like, what happened? But these are some reasons. Number one of the reasons is this: the NBA has billions of dollars invested into that logo. They have billions of dollars and billions of merchandise all over China, billions of hats, uh, jerseys. There is no way that the NBA, for how long it has been in inception, to really even quantify how much stuff that they have out there, that they would actually have to reimburse to members so they can give them the new logo, to give them the new jersey with the correct logo. And it would really hurt them economically in that fashion. Another reason, logos are ingrained. You have to go through a process to get your logo copyrighted and everything like that. That logo has been out for over 50 years. And for them to suddenly just switch gears and switch the logo, it would mostly have to be like a legal sense. Like the WWF, they had to change their logo because it was the Animal Foundation that forced them to do so. They didn't do so willingly. So for the NBA to do so willingly and just give up the logo that they have, and the aftermath after that is like, hey, guess what? Somebody else gets to take your logo now, and they get to own it, and they get to profit off of it. So that's not something that they're really gonna allow. One thing that people are not gonna admit is race plays a big role in this. I think 28 out of the 30 owners in the NBA, they're white. I don't think that they want to have African American as the logo of their brand. And I know they have their individual entities within the NBA brand, teams and stuff, but they don't want an African American really representing them, quote unquote, the billionaire and things of that nature. They're gonna say no, this, that, and the third, but just hear what I just said. There's 28 white owners. I think there's one. I want to say that he's Arab or Indian. And I don't want to offend anybody if I mess that up. I'm not trying to do it on purpose. I'm just being there. There's only one black owner. Now, flip the script. If there were 28 black owners, only 2 white owners, do you think that they would have a white person as their logo or an African American, somebody that represents them? So that's just the bottom line of it. Jerry West represents the white owner, which runs the NBA. Commissioner's white. That's just how it boils down. So race does play a role into this. We're not going to act like it doesn't. Another reason why the NBA is not going to do this or change the logo, period, is they don't want to make an emotional decision. Bottom line, this all boils down to emotion. We just lost Kobe recently, and they don't want to make an emotional decision that can hurt them or cause owners to bow out. Because I know there's some owners in there that they hate Kobe, and they're like, no, we're not changing the logo. This is the logo. This is how I make my money. This is how I make my funds. This is how I sell my jerseys. I'm not changing the logo, period. You can say whatever you want. I'm not. And if you do, I'll just sell the team. I'll back out of it. And, being an owner is a fraternity, so it's not that easy to just say, hey, we'll get another owner. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Even though people want to get in, it's not as easy as people think. Another reason why they won't change the logo to Kobe Bryant, and I'm respecting the dead. God bless the dead. I love Kobe to death. Trust me, I have nothing against Kobe. Kobe is not necessarily clean like Jerry West is clean. So like Kobe had infractions in terms of, you know, some of the things that he did in his personal life. And what happens with that is you'll get people that come out of the woodwork, sort of like when Arnold Schwarzenegger ran for governor of California. All these women started coming out and saying stuff about him and trying to, you know, do a mud smearing campaign against his campaign. So that's something that the NBA is factoring in as well. It's like Jerry's clean. Like we never really had any kind of misdealings or anything with Jerry, any turmoil with Jerry. Kobe, he kind of brought the turmoil, you know, off the court, which, of course, you know, it's going to play a role in the decision because you don't want all of a sudden it's a boycott of and all these women and all these men, whatever the case is. You want somebody that's clean to represent your brand. You saw this with Tiger Woods when everything happened with him. Sprite, everybody dropped him like a bad habit. And that's just kind of what it is with brands. You know, they want to make sure they have somebody that's clean behind them. Honestly, the logo should be Michael Jordan, right? Everybody's saying Michael Jordan. But here's the reason why the logo wouldn't even be Michael Jordan. For some of the reasons I already explained, you know, because of the race, color, or whatever the case is. He's an NBA owner, of course, so another NBA owner, but why can't I be the logo then? Then you got to think about this. The Jumpman logo, you know, Jordan holding his hand out, tongue out, whatever. That's his own entity. So now if you make the logo, Michael Jordan's just a logo the same as the NBA, now you're confusing people and you're basically lending your brand to become Michael Jordan's own stomping ground. So the NBA is worth however $1 billion. Michael Jordan's brand is going to be worth just as equally because people aren't going to differentiate buying Jordan stuff from the NBA stuff. So now everything NBA becomes Jordan. And he gets to, you know, he gets to reap those profits because he's not going to let you get his logo just like that. Hell no. Hell no. And also, one of the things we got to recognize is the source of where this logo talk is coming from. It's coming from Kyrie Irving, who told us that the earth is flat. And I know he's just echoing sentiments about other people who said the logo should change. But it's coming from not a reliable source. If it came from LeBron and if there was a petition, if there was some action behind it, we might could see some kind of change. But at the end of the day, that's not what it is. I would love to see the logo change. I think, you know, there are other players that have done more iconic things than Jerry. Now, Jerry is the godfather of the NBA. I'm not going to disrespect Jerry at any source or fashion or form. But, yeah, the logo should change. But will it change? That's the question, right? No. Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.